Hey, what's up everybody? DDL44 coming at you another video. Alright, so the Lakers are in talks with the Heat to acquire Andrew Wiggins. It likely will involve Rui Hachimura. Andrew Wiggins is so hot and cold, man. I don't really know about Andrew Wiggins. He's older. I'm not an Andrew guy. I never was. I thought he played really well with the Golden State Warriors, helped them win a championship, played good defense, but he might fit a need from a basketball X's and O's standpoint, which is like not really my strength as it pertains to identifying stuff like that. But I can tell you that as an asset, I'm cool. As an asset, I'm cool. As a piece for the Lakers, I haven't really thought too much of the vision, other than to say he probably does fit in, but he makes us older. I don't think we're any closer to winning the championship with this particular piece per se. We can do certain things, but I don't think you can do enough to get where OKC is. So I don't expect that making certain decisions that aren't cost effective is the most responsible decision for this roster, if I'm being honest with you. I woke up this morning in regards to the Lakers as a fan, and I was thinking, man, I got my pick in 26, right? And it looks like the entire Western Conference is literally going for it. But wouldn't it be best for me to just have a take this year off? Luka Doncic is healthy, Bron is healthy, that's wonderful. But like, wouldn't it make more sense for me to win 30 games and have that be a nice pick? I ain't saying we're gonna get AJ DeBonsta or nothing. I don't expect us to be the worst team in the league, nor do I think that it matters that you do. Because when you look at the Atlanta Hawks, they weren't the worst team in the league. They win the lottery? Yes. Look at the Dallas Mavericks. Were they the worst team in the league? No. They won the lottery? Yes. You don't have to be the worst team in the league. In fact, it's probably best you don't be. And I also don't think the Lakers need the first overall pick to be happy. But a lottery pick with my 26 overall pick for what it is that I'm trying to do. When LeBron's about to bounce, half of my roster ain't worth what it's supposed to be worth. I could just as well have a down year like the Celtics about to have and just get the best pick possible. Let the West fight the West. Everybody wants to fight. Fight. I'm taking a year off. I'm going to win 30 games, and I'm going to make something of my value. And I'm going to have something in place that can run with Luka Doncic for the next several years coming in the draft next year. Because what am I going for it for? I mean, really, if the entire Western Conference is going for it, the teams that shouldn't be going for it are the teams that have their picks and don't look as if they can do anything really at all, even if they try their hardest. And we fit that bill. We have our pick, and we could try our hardest to still get bounced by Denver or Minnesota or OKC or the Rockets. We're getting bounced. We don't have enough. We're not good enough to do anything better than be happy with a nice season making the playoffs. That don't move me, man. I'm trying to build around Luka Doncic, and half of what I have isn't worth a damn thing. I need something to come into my organization that's worth something. And I'm not going to get it by trading for guys that are diminishing with the arrow pointing down, so to speak, like Andrew Wiggins. Giving up players like Rui Hachimura, who at the very least is going to be as good as last year. That's not helping my asset class. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm just being honest with Laker fans. I know this is not probably the popular way of thinking right now, especially when you still got LeBron on the team. But I don't really care for this upcoming season, if I'm being honest with you. What I care about is Luka Doncic continue to work on getting in shape and building strength, muscle, and conditioning. And I care about finding a way to make what I have worth more, not less. And getting me Andrew Wiggins, I can guarantee you it's worth less. He's worth less than what Rui's going to be worth. He's worth less. And anything that you have next year ain't good enough to win a championship. Period. It's not even worth talking about. You're not winning the championship next year. I'll tell all Laker fans, hey, listen, man, listen very closely to me. You ain't better than the Rockets. You ain't better than OKC. You're probably not better than the Spurs. You're probably not better than the Nuggets. You're probably not better than Minnesota. You're probably not better than, well, there's a bunch of teams that I don't think you're better than. And so if you understand that you're not better than them teams, your best interest, with the fact that you have your pick, or the rare years over the next several years where you actually have your pick, while everybody is literally trying to fight their way tooth and nail through the Western Conference, thinking that they have a chance, man, tank, bro. And I don't mean like fully tank, but just like don't do nothing to get better. Just make that valuable. Make that pick valuable, man. Make that pick valuable. Don't trade it for Walker Kessler. That's pie in the sky, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Walker Kessler is nice, but he ain't worth no multiple first round picks. Ain't no way in hell I'm doing that. That's not happening. I could draft something better than Walker Kessler next year if I do what it is I'm saying I'm gonna do. Instead of wasting a pick and a future picks on him. I'm telling y'all, man. I got Luka the Don in place, okay? I got Luka the Don in place, and I know he wants to win right now. But if he's intelligent, he understands it's going to take two things. Two things need to happen. One, he needs to get in the type of shape that he's never been in his life. And it's going to take more than one summer for him to get in that type of shape. He needs to get in something different, a different type of shape that can actually hold down 82 games of basketball and play 48 minutes a night if necessary. That's the type of shape he needs to get in. It's going to take about 2 or 3 summers to get in that type of shape. Let's just be honest. The type of shape he needs to get into in order to be who we want him to be is not the type of shape he can get into over the next 3 months. That's not realistic. So what we need to do is put him in the type of shape that can change his life forever. Change his nutrition plan and keep him on some cardio, stretching, lifting, all of that over the next 2 summers. Okay, I'm just being real with y'all. He needs to reinvent his body if he wants to live up to what it is that we're asking him to be. And the second thing that the Lakers need to do, Lakers need to find a way to recoup value that's going to be lost in LeBron James retiring in their uniform because they're not going to trade him. Me trying to try hard is going to put me in a position to potentially have a season that I'm down on the ground with any damn way, where I'm probably not doing nothing any damn way. I don't need to be doing nothing to make my asset class worse for the sake of trying to be better on the basketball floor this season. Now, you want to be healthy, you want to get a center or two to make your team healthy so that you don't have undersized guys banging up against big guys, for which we've talked about many times is not for your best interest. But other than that, trading away young pieces to bring in a win now Andrew Wiggins and thinking that's going to be good enough to beat who? OKC? Man, you're going to get knocked off in 5 games, man, at best. 5 games. You're knocked off. Andrew Wiggins ain't helping you with that. And like I said, his arrow's not pointing up. And the only thing the Lakers need to be acquiring with a 26-year-old superstar and a 41-year-old superstar is assets that are going up. It's the only thing you need to be acquiring. If the arrow ain't pointing up, if they can't get better from here, don't bring them in my situation. Don't bring them in my situation. Because I have no use for them. And so that's where I'm at, man. This win now crap is pie in the sky. And trying to live up to it is going to have you building backwards if you're the Lakers. And that's just how I see it. I was listening to Bill Simmons. He was talking about he's worried that the Lakers are going to take Al Horford. The Lakers better not take Al Horford. Let him retire in Boston. We have no interest in bringing in a 38-year-old center who's going to likely get hurt this year because you're going to ask him to do too much. And who's likely going to be overpaid because of his cachet. I'm cool, bro. Same thing about Wiggins. He won an NBA championship. He's probably worth more because I'm cool, bro. I don't want nothing to do with that. Bring me young stuff. Young things is all I need. Young things. Whatever they are. Make it picks or players. Make sure they're young, bro. Because I ain't going nowhere. I'm just being honest with you. As a Laker fan, I'm not in the dark about what the expectations for this basketball team is. 2nd round at best. You're going home. So if I'm going to do things to maneuver into the pie in the sky dream of us winning a championship this year, I'm likely going to undo something that makes me more valuable. And that's just something I don't think makes any damn sense. We got new ownership with a lot of money. Let's position ourselves, just like the Celtics, to be cost effective, to have a healthy, long-lasting, future. That's it. I don't care about nothing else, bro. Honestly, I don't. Because I just watched a deep team full of lottery picks win the NBA championship, and they got 2 more lottery picks to add to this draft. Nobody's beating them this year or next year. No one beat them a couple days ago, and ain't nobody beating them next year either. They are going to be 2-time NBA champions unless they do something wrong or unless injuries bite them in the backside. There should be nobody beating OKC next year. I'm just being honest. They shouldn't even happen. If they don't win the championship, something went wrong. Because they are by far the healthiest franchise in the NBA. And how do they get healthy? By doing exactly what I just said. Gathering a bunch of young stuff. Lottery picks and young players. That's the only way. Depth, length, And the only way they were able to even build what they have is through the draft. If you're not building through the draft just like them, and you're not making yourself pick rich just like them, don't expect to beat them over the next 6 years. It's not going to happen. And names ain't going to help you. You can do what Portland did and bring yourself a name. Drew Holiday, that's stupid. They ain't doing nowhere. They're doing nothing. They're going nowhere. Like, some stuff we just got to be honest about, bro. Because it's year in and year out. We have conversations like this. And we think things are going to work out maybe. Sometimes we say we're a little more pessimistic about certain things. But year in and year out, we see teams make certain decisions that do not work for them. And it gets to a point where after so much data, you just say, yeah, that's not going to work. Portland, you bring yourself Drew Holiday, it's not going to work. You overpaying for his name at 35 years of age when he don't want to be there, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Lakers, you going after Andrew Wiggins, giving up young players, that ain't going to work. You're giving up Austin Reeves and bringing in Walker Kessler. Not going to work. I don't have to think. I don't even have to see it. I already know. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. That's not it. It's not it. That's not the vision. That ain't the vision. And the vision is throw this season down the trash and try to get a top 10 pick next year. Either use that pick to bring yourself what you need, or package that pick with the same guys that you're ultimately going to trade this season and get yourself something that you really like. That's what you do. That's the vision. You know, like that. Like, this is the type of stuff that you have imagination. You ain't gonna let no value go off the table. You're not gonna be wasting lottery pick value trying to make a season work that you know damn well your ceiling is likely second round. No. I'm not doing that. If my ceiling is second round, and the best case scenario is that I tank and get a very good pick, then tanking and getting a very good pick is the best thing for me. Now, if the rest was doing what the East is doing right now, we'd be cool. Because half of that side of the country is tanking. Half of them ain't even got their stars because they're injured. So they're going to be punting anyway. Which is why tanking is not going to get me, in theory, the best pick. Because everybody in the East is tanking versus nobody in the West. But guess what, Lakers? You're in the West. So as far as I can tell, me doing all this Wiggins crap, that's still going to leave me probably at the bottom of the Western Conference. It's still going to leave me at the bottom of the Western Conference with less valuable stuff. No. I'm holding on to Rui. I know he's expiring, so maybe I'd move Rui for something that's a little more on par if I'm not going to renegotiate with him. If I don't want to renegotiate with him, I'll probably bring something lateral to Rui as it pertains to his age. I'm not bringing myself 31-year-old Wiggins, bro. For what? So I can lie to myself and tell myself now I got something that can win now? That doesn't mean you're winning right now. You're going to lose now. Period. You're going to lose now. You should want to. Because it gets you a lottery pick of some sort. And that is good for your franchise health. Franchise health and flexibility. That is all I care about as a Laker fan. I don't give a damn about none of this other stuff. I got Luka the Don, and I'm trying to build a healthy franchise around him. Same way that Jason Tatum's going to be coming back to a much healthier franchise in Boston for all the stuff they're doing. It's the same thing I want the Lakers to do. And I'm sorry. LeBron James, he needs to be elsewhere, man, for that exact reason. I know guys are hard-headed. They don't want to move on. They don't want to leave the Lakers. All of this is wonderful, bro. I appreciate it. To be wanted is a beautiful thing. But you are 41, bro. You need to be somewhere you can win at. It's in our best interest not to bring you Wiggins, not to bring you Walker Kessler, but to bring ourselves young talent in your stead so that we can move forward with the 26-year-old superstar and give him the best opportunity to win sustainably for the next several years. Not go all in for this year and then when all of this goes to crap, you retire and we pick up the pieces and potentially lose him in the balance. No, that's stupidity. The ceiling ain't high enough for what it is we can build to do that. Bringing ourselves lottery picks is what gives us the value that ultimately is missing that would otherwise put us in a position to build that. And this is what people need to be really respectful of as they assess what the Lakers are going to do next. You don't have enough to be giving away young stuff for old stuff. You don't have enough to make that make any damn sense. You had one of the worst benches in the league last year. How are you going to fix that? By trading 25-year-old Rui Hachimura away for 31 to 32-year-old Andrew Wiggins. How the hell are you going to fix your bench by doing that? And likely giving the Miami Heat a first-round pick because of his name, a la Portland doing for the Boston Celtics, giving them 2 second-round picks to take a bad contract attached to a name, man. Let's just be real here. This stuff does not tumble forward to you being a good franchise. It tumbles forward to you being a franchise who needs to undo the mistakes that you're about to make. Let's not make those mistakes. Let's not. That's all I'm saying. How about we don't? How about we don't? How about we start getting rid of stuff that's old, getting rid of stuff that's trash, and bringing ourselves pick equity. And then with the pick that we have in 26, kicking the can down the road, winning about 35 games at best, and making sure that pick is in the lottery. That's the best thing for your franchise health, man, as far as I can tell. Because you ain't about to trade LeBron James for a bunch of picks, although that would probably be what you should be doing. That's what you should do. If he's going to sign any type of contract, it doesn't have a low trade clause, I'm trading him at the deadline. I'm sorry, Bron. It's franchise health, bro. It ain't deeper than that. I don't need to be winning right now. I'm not going to win right now. I don't need to be in the dark about, or rather, lacking in self-awareness as it pertains to my franchise either. Yeah, we could build it. We got LeBron James at 41. Come on, man. Stop this. Stop this. Stop this. I believe LeBron can win. I don't believe he can win here. Not what it is that we have to work with to build whatever we need to build around him and Luka Doncic. You can't. Especially since people don't want to trade Austin Reeves. And in doing so, if they were to decide to trade Austin Reeves, can't get what he's worth because he's on such a cost-effective contract. So you're likely going to have to get back something worse in order to effectively trade him. Maybe you get a pick with that, maybe you don't. Is that worth it? You're going to trade him away for Jalen Duren? Okay, I mean, has Jalen Duren ever proven that he's healthy enough to be able to carry your franchise forward like that? Nah, he ain't never proved that. So how is it that we think we can tell ourselves that? We can't tell ourselves that we can do that, man. Why can't we tell ourselves we can do that? Because what you're going to find out is Jalen Duren is a limited basketball player that you can't do everything with. He can rebound like a madman. Young player, arrow pointing up, but he don't stretch the floor. He can't hit a free throw. So there's certain things about Jalen Duren that's going to allow you the vision to see that you're not going to have him on the floor at the end of basketball games anyway. And he has injury issues. He hasn't exactly been healthy a lot of the time. So, is that going to help you moving Austin Reeves for him? No, that don't help you moving Austin Reeves for him. Not necessarily. And so I don't see the path. I'm just being real with y'all. I don't see the path to the Lakers building anything that makes any damn sense right now, other than undoing nonsense. And given the fact that I got a bunch of young players on contract, I don't really need to do anything. I just need to get myself a center in this damn draft with this final pick that I have, or try to trade up somehow. Maybe add Gabe Vincent's salary or something, try to get myself a second rounder and get a Kalkbrenner or something if possible. That's the only thing I need to be doing. Everything else I'm coming back with. And I'm going to be players at the trade deadline, depending on my circumstances and winning. Players in undoing contracts that I further can move on from to bring back pick equity. That's what I need to be doing. And then I'm gonna win maybe 30 games next year, and I'm making sure that my lottery pick is in hand for 26. That's my best bet in making the most of what it is the Lakers have in front of them. Otherwise, all this stuff I'm hearing rumors about, them trying to build something that's going to be good enough to win, you're still going to be 8th and 9th in the West, bro. I'm just being honest with you. You're going to be 8th and 9th in the West. LeBron going to have an excellent season, but it ain't going to mean nothing. It ain't going to be a damn thing. Luka could have an excellent season, but you still ain't beating these long, wingy, deep teams. You don't have enough to beat these teams, bro. It's not enough, not realistic. You can win a couple real games in the regular season, but in the course of the 82 games, you don't have enough depth to keep LeBron and Luka healthy, and that's key to it. Your depth doesn't exist. So that's really what I want the Lakers to understand, man. That's where my head is. I don't want to toy with them as it pertains to, oh, well, we can do it, we can't do it. Hey, we can't do it. I'm telling y'all we can't do it. Why? Because you don't have enough to build enough, and you got to know that before you start building it. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you got to know before you start building. And so that's my point of view. I know there are going to be people who don't agree with that. God bless all of y'all. Y'all headed down a path where you're going to see what I said come to pass. And as you do, you're going to be like, damn, we should listen to him. Yeah, I know. I'm telling you that now. You should listen to me. You want your pick, man. You want your pick to be as valuable as possible. You don't need to be trading it away for Walker Kessler. You don't need to be trading it away for Andrew Wiggins. You don't need to be doing any of that. You don't need to do none of that. The only thing you need to be trading, if I'm being completely honest with you, is LeBron James for every bit of equity that you can possibly get for him. That's the only thing you need to be doing. And given the fact that politically y'all ain't never going to do that, out of respect for him and respect for Clutch and respect for everything, you're never going to do that. So you need to make sure that you make up for it in other areas. That's what you need to be doing. And since it is as it is, this is what I see. Y'all better not trade for no damn Andrew Wiggins. I'm telling you right now, man, you do not give Rui Hachimura, a young player, up for Andrew Wiggins. Do not do that. Don't overrate Andrew Wiggins off of that lone championship he got back in 2019 or whatever year that was. Don't do that. Because he's going to come here and just be one more role player, one more aging guy that's going to come here and be less than what he was when he was where he was. No, I'm cool. That's a massive mistake, a massive overstating of what it is he actually is as an asset. And that's all I give a damn about right now is assets. And that's it. So that's really what I got to say, man. We are really no holds barred as it pertains to what the Lakers need versus what it is they have no business doing, bro. Because you are one mistake away from ruining the first couple of years of this new ownership, but doing some stupid stuff that ain't going to give you good enough to do enough. And that's bottom line. I'm not here for none of that. So that's what I want to tell people. I hope y'all listening. And you know, it's Lakers for life, man. I'm not really interested in no other team. With respect to the draft tonight, I will be watching. Excited about it, all that. But I just see a bunch of young talent influxing into my league. None of it coming to my team. That's what I see. Youth going elsewhere, everywhere else but here. And that, my friends, is what you got to guard against going forward. BDL 44, I thank you all for watching.